Hello, guys. So today we're gonna welcome you to our kitchen. Kimberly,
Keith from USA.
I'm from Kenya, and our YouTube goes by USA Miss Kenya. But today we're being hosted on Miss Rachel's channel. So Keith and I are gonna be cooking a Kenyan food called ugali and meat and spinach. So this is what most Kenyans eat, and it's kids' favorite food. So basically, on the cooker right now, we're making the nyama. You know Swahili, right?
Nyama, the meat.
Yeah, nyama.
What kind of meat
So,
is this?
it's beef fillet. So fillet is that very very soft meat. You don't need to boil
This
it.
meat's very soft.
It's very soft, but it's usually expensive. Like this tiny part was $4.
Hmm.
You get it, but it's worth it because your teeth will not hurt.
Yeah.
You know it. So by bad luck, the electricity is out. So to defrost the meat, we had to boil it. What? How do you feel about the power outages in Africa?
Terrible. but depending on where you live, this is better
Yeah.
than other areas.
So guys, I'm gonna get the chopping board, a knife to prepare all the ingredients, and first I'll chop the spinach. Then you help me cut the tomato and onions. Here. So this is how we put most of our knife, the chopping board. Here's our chopping board. So, Kate, do you have spinach in America?
We do have spinach in the U.S.
Mhm.
I'm not a person that eats a lot of vegetables, so I don't eat them very often, but I do in Kenya.
Okay. Yeah, we don't need to eat healthy over here.
Did you know of ugali before coming to Kenya?
No. One thing I didn't study was the food so much. So the food was completely new and a complete shock to me in Kenya.
Okay.
Mhm.
You said the stable food in American it's
Yeah, they still have spinach, like some of the foods that they have in Kenya, but ugali, not that I know of. Yeah,
They don't have ugali over there.
not that I know of.
Some
the African.
yeah. So,
Mhm.
uh, I'll cut the meat. Then you help me cut the tomatoes and onions.
Okay.
So, guys, as I said, we don't have power, so defrosting we had to do with the warm water, and then before boiling the meat. So you can see now it has defrosted.
Mhm.
So we don't do like very big pieces. Just something that someone can chew. Do you do the same in the US?
So in the U.S., I don't cook so often, so I don't cook this meat in the U.S. But yeah, and I think normally people will make small pieces.
Yeah, like you have to cut them small.
Mhm.
And we prefer this type of meat because it's very, very soft.
One of the things that I experienced in Kenya is that the meat was hard at first. Inside some of the restaurants, the meat was hard. So I told her, Kimberly, don't they have soft meats here? And then she introduced me to this.
Yeah, so we had to do research and when we saw fillet is very, very soft.
Where did we buy fillets in Kenya?
At any supermarket.
Okay.
It's only in the super. So most local butcheries will not bring it because it's too expensive.
Oh,
So
yeah.
most of the locals will. Like you said, these tiny pieces, we paid 600 for it.
Sure. Ah.
So most, and you know, when you go to a local butcher, 600 will get you a whole kg of
Yeah.
the hard meat. So most Kenyans will not be willing to buy this.
Mm.
But Kid and I have teeth problems, so we just have to sacrifice
Mhm.
and do this one.
Right.
So it's how I'm an expert. I usually just cut it very quick.
So yeah, she won't fall. Yeah. Mhm. She's very quick too. She's very fast.
Yeah, when you look away, she's like, very quick at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, I'm done cutting the meat. We had already boiled it to defrost.
You may put it in there. You got it.
Yeah, sure. The next part is all yours. I'm doing that.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna you can help me what? So guys, after chopping it, I put in a little bit of water. We had already washed it, though I'm gonna boil it for a second time. And we don't have electricity for now. I use the matchbox. Keith, do you even know how to turn this on? The matchbox.
No, I'm not so sure. Yes, I know how to use a matchbox.
So when we're gonna boil the meat for like a couple of minutes, like 5 minutes is enough just to get the blood going.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 minutes will be good. So I'll get a cover for the pan. It's over here. So the next part is just washing the cutting board.
Okay.
The thing is over there.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna do the easy part here.
That's an easy part.
Mm-hmm.
I get washing dishes by the way alone.
Really?
I don't enjoy washing dishes, but one thing I noticed, it looks like you enjoy washing dishes.
I don't enjoy
Like
it.
washing clothes.
I love washing clothes by the way. I can even wash clothes for 3 hours. Still knows me. I'm a washing machine. Machine. But usually in the kitchen, so sometimes when I'm cooking, he will help me to like wash the dishes when we do it.
You know, she doesn't like how I wash dishes. She thinks I'm too slow.
And you're still like, in Kenya we are quick and
Yeah.
moving.
You can try.
Uh-huh.
I like to make sure.
So the next part will just be preparing the ingredients while the meat is cooking. We have some onions, tomatoes. We have green pepper. This all gonna go in the meat. The green pepper, the onions, the tomatoes. We have coriander. Like this brings very nice smell to the food. And some carrots over here. So once it is done with the knife. Alright. And Kate, what you said you don't buy a lot of groceries in the US. I was
In
wondering.
the U.S., mostly a lot of Americans eat processed food. So food that's already kind of pre-made and you put in the freezer, and then you take it out and then you put it in the microwave and heat it up and eat it.
So you guys don't cook food from the scratch?
Most Americans don't do it so much or so often. Definitely not every day. Maybe
Oh.
a few times a week.
And for people with big families.
Yeah.
I was scared to get
You scared me.
He was and the families with family
Yeah, for the families.
with big like children and family.
Oh, it depends on the family, I think. But mostly, probably, they eat a lot of processed foods, you know? So a lot of foods is already pre-made because it's easy. It's easy to make those foods, you know?
Mm,
And give a big family, it's going to be a lot of work.
really?
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, we usually peel off the onions. So Kit, you know when I cook, I love putting a lot of onions in my food. I like how onions taste.
Me too.
We love onions.
We love
two of us. So we usually use a lot of onions in our food. All this is gonna go in the meat.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get washed.
Nice.
I'm gonna use 3 tomatoes for the meat and these onions into the meat. I also have some carrots I'll be putting in.
I don't like a lot of carrots. I just like just a little bit of carrots, personally.
Yeah, we're gonna put in just a little bit of carrots, not that much.
I feel like if I was doing this, I would cut my hand
Really?
immediately. Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm experienced.
How long have you been cooking for?
Since when I was like 5 years old.
What?
Been cooking yeah. Been cooking like my whole life. You know, in Kenya, kids learn how to cook at the age of 5. Your mom will start showing you how to make food.
Wow.
What about America?
I don't think so. I think you don't learn to cook that early. I don't think. It depends on the family, but most of the time, no. You have to be a little bit older than that. You can't even hold the knife in America until you're like 10, 12.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
In Africa, we learn to cook at the age of 5. So most of the kids you will meet, they know how to cook. So all these, I'm gonna wash them and use them. But
Okay.
I'll put the remaining into the fridge. Let's start. So while the meat is getting ready, what I can do is also chop the spinach.
Okay.
Oh, spinach was here. And all this spinach was like $1.
Wow.
I got all this for $1.
Mhm.
How much will this cost in the US?
I wish I can tell you, but like I said, I don't eat so much vegetables. And then you go and so like, oh.
You totally don't.
Not
Here we're eating vegetables. So I'll put water here to wash the spinach. Oh, and then you know the other funny thing I had. Most Americans think in Africa we don't have running water. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, we don't think you guys have water. We don't think the water is clean either.
Well, it's
Like
very
you do have water.
clean. The water is so clean, you know.
For this specific apartment, it is clean water.
And so for the spinach, this is how I usually make it. I'm gonna like remove these and then wash them. You see how easy it is to make the spinach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cut the spinach the African way. We don't use the chopping board. It's quicker. Also, just
Ooh, what's the African way?
I'm gonna show you in a few minutes how we do
I'm
it in
curious what the
Africa.
African way is.
The African way, we don't use the chopping board to cut spinach. And it's quick.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Let me help you throw some of those apart.
Yeah, you mastered it.
No,
You see,
like this, right?
you should just wait ends over you. That's why you practice.
Like that, right?
Good, that's it.
Then
Easy.
where you put this?
You just arrange in your hand,
Oh,
like what I'm doing right now.
okay. Remember. She always teaches me how to do this, but I always forget. Still doing it correctly.
Yeah, you got it. Now you're a master in it.
Huh? My Kenyan.
You're a really Kenyan now. In fact, Hallelujah.
Oh,
You're now Hallelujah.
How many tribes do we have for people who don't understand when you say?
In Kenya, we have, I think it's 45 tribes.
wow.
So you are one of the 45 tribes.
Yeah, so I shall wash them in here after cutting.
You want to cut one?
Yes.
Mm.
So, Peter was telling you we do it the African way this way.
Oh, this is the African way.
Yeah, this is the African way. You just don't use the chopping board.
Mm.
And this is how we cut it over here in Africa. We don't, and we can't even cut ourselves.
You're not worried about your hand?
No!
Oh.
Wait till see after I'm done, my hand will still be fine. This is how I prefer cutting my vegetables because it's quicker than using the chopping board.
Okay.
I feel like this is quicker.
The machine, right?
You think if I did this in the US, people will stare at me?
Okay. They were just pretty amazed. It was like nice.
Oh. Okay, one day I'm just gonna go outside the apartment and do this
Is this a
and see people's reaction. Yeah. Because I remember I was once doing this and an American commented that this is dangerous. I'm like, this is how we do it in Africa. We don't like the chopping boards, they're slow. So I'm gonna cook the onions until they're golden brown and then put in the tomatoes. So using cooking oil, golden fry. But you can use any cooking oil of your choice. And I don't use a lot of cooking oil because a lot of cooking oil is not good. I hear it brings heart diseases, and then also maybe it might make you fat. So I only use like half of this for the meat, to fry my meat. Every African home has this. Do you have this in the US?
I wouldn't know because I don't cook anymore.
More for cooking ugali, right? Also even to
Korogas.
yeah, to smash the onions, tomatoes.
Yeah.
Every African home comes with this.
So then I guess they use a spoon, or what do they use?
For me, I prefer using this, but people are different. So I usually put in the onions and some little salt. Don't use a lot of salt, just a little bit is okay.
Why sea salt and not the other one?
So, during pregnancy, I had high blood pressure. It's called preeclampsia. And when you have high blood pressure, this salt is more advisable than the other one. So if you use the other salt and you have high blood pressure, it increases it more. But this salt will regulate your high blood pressure. Yeah.
So you were recommended in the hospital?
Yes, and when I started using this, my blood pressure went down and now I'm fine. So I keep scanning the onions for me. I'm gonna chop the tomatoes.
Something to turn up.
Yeah. Or you can just let them be if you want.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
You don't? So far so good. Yeah. So I think the stew for the meat is almost ready.
Okay.
But I'll have to smash a little bit more. Let me cut the green pepper and put it into the meat stew. So I'm done cutting the green pepper. I'm gonna go in here. The stew smelling nice.
Smells really good.
Smells very good. I'm already celebrating. Also, this is getting ready over here. Okay.
Tastes very good, guys.
Nice. Perfect.
Okay.
Wow. And when cooking, you have to be very careful of else. You'll put in more salt than what is needed. So you have to be very, very cautious. So since we are gonna make lunch for 4 people,
Okay.
we're gonna use like this pan to make the garlic.
Bigger one? Okay.
We usually use the little one, this one to make the garlic, but today we're gonna use this because we are 4. So I just measure with my eyes. So with ugali, you have to use water to cook it. This is enough for 4 people.
Okay.
So you see?
Mm-hmm.
This is enough for 4 people.
So half. It's about half.
Yeah. 4 people is good for us. So our stew is ready. Guys.
Nice.
How's the smell?
Smells good.
Yep. The stew is ready. Our very, very ready. We'll put it aside. And then I'm gonna move the spinach over here. And then put the ugali water here. It will be getting ready as we cook the spinach. So with the ugali water, it has to boil until you see bubbles.
Yep.
Then it will be ready. So Keith will make the ugali for her.
And we tasted it. Remember you put extra salt in
It
there?
was the nyama. Actually, it was the meat. I'm not sure if I put in salt. Because we have a child, our ugali fly is usually up there. Because when you put in a place she can find it, find she has poured all over on the floor.
Yeah.
So usually throw it up there.
You right?
So for ugali, we use this. It's called Raha Premium. I think this is the best ugali flour in Kenya. It's the best. The ugali is very sweet.
Right.
And Keith, when you're new in Kenya, remember I sent you to bring me the ugali flour. You brought me for porridge.
I think so.
And at that time, my expectation like he's going to be back and cook ugali, and I still flour for porridge. So when you come to Kenya and you want to make the ugali, specifically the one made out of corn that you use for ugali, corn flour. So the one that the brown corn on it, that's the one you're gonna use. So our water is almost. What's happening? So for my ugali, so they putting a little bit of flour so that when it boils, I will know like what's that little.
Oh, okay.
So when it starts bubbling, I will know the water is ready. Okay. So the water is almost ready.
You know, my father is a very good cook, like you.
Yeah.
So I feel like you guys should cook together one day.
Very soon. Very soon. So I think since the spinach is on the getting ready, I'll switch it and bring it in. Because ugali needs a lot of heat to cook. When you use low heat, your ugali will not be well done. And ugali that is not well cooked tastes very nasty, like poison. It's very nasty. So you must ensure the heat is high for you to get very good ugali. So like this is the biggest burner. So I usually cook my ugali from here. So hold this for me. It's hot though. Have to be sure. Our spinach is getting ready. What do you think about the spinach? I told you after you cook, how does it look?
Looks good.
You see, it has shrink.
Oh yeah.
What is it, shrunk?
Yeah, shrunk.
This is not my first language. Shrink or shrunk.
Shrunk.
So guys, if you remember well, this spinach, it was like full up to here. But after cooking, do you see what happened? So when you buy spinach, you have to buy like a lot because it shrinks a lot.
Okay. Looks good though.
And so that's why I said if somebody wants to be making this in their home, they should take the recipe I've given out. You'll never cook your spinach the same way again. So guys, now the spinach is done. The meat is done. Now it's just the ugali part, right? So I'm gonna taste. This one first.
Okay.
So food is almost ready.
Me and Miss Rich are getting really hungry.
You're both hungry?
Yeah.
So guys, I have to check if the salt is fine in the spinach first. Before we keep on going, the ugali is almost ready here.
It's good? It's not good. It's not.
With a little bit of more salt.
Like Sarah, he called me.
Have to ensure the salt is straight cut. I don't want you to move now. Now this is gonna turn powder. About the flour, you have to put in little bit by little bit. If you pour it once, if you overuse the flour, the ugali will be hard and it will not be ugali. It will look like something else. Yeah. Actually, from a little bit. Yeah, like this.
Then you stir it. Oh, wait a little bit. Then now you stir it.
Pole pole. If you overdo, the water will start bubbling on you.
Like this.
Job.
Do guys know how to make ugali in Kenya?
Oh, Kenyan. I think there's no Kenyan who don't know how to make, including kids, old men, young men. Everyone in Kenya can make ugali.
grits, and it looks exactly, and it smells exactly like grits.
Really? And it's called grits?
Called grits.
Oh.
I don't like grits though. And it's only eaten for breakfast.
For breakfast?
Mhm.
Here, ugali, we do lunch and dinner.
Lunch
But
and dinner.
some families, ugali can be, you can take ugali with tea. It's very nice. Ugali that's left over made with tea.
Mhm.
It slaps different.
Ooh, this is hard. This is not actually.
Let me help you. Yeah, it's huge, you know. It's for 4 people. It's double what we always
You want to
make.
jump in?
Yeah, but well, the look of the wood is long. So Kit usually makes for two. He has never made for four.
I like research on.
But for me, I can even make ugali for 20 people. I have experience because in my auntie's home, we were very many.
Really?
My auntie had she had 3 kids, so the fourth one was also like her kid. And then so I would do the cooking most of the time.
Okay.
So that's where I learned how to do the cooking, cleaning.
My dad did most of the cooking in our house. Mm-hmm. He was a really good cook too. But he didn't pass those talents down to me.
For me, I'm passing the talent to her daughter. She must learn how to cook. So that when I'm old, I know I don't have to worry. When I want the dishes there to cook it.
But I do know how to make steak. My dad taught me how to make steak, pork chops. I don't know if they eat those things. They eat steak in Kenya, not pork
You
chops.
only do those for Christmas. Maybe people will come together, they slaughter a goat and then make steak or a cow. But on a normal day, we can't eat steak for food or lunch. That's food for the sick.
Really?
We like heavy food like ugali. Like, you know, when you eat ugali, your stomach is gonna be full like the whole day. So when you're making ugali, you have to turn it around and ensure the whole flour is dissolved. So as you can see, it's becoming ugali now. It's becoming real ugali. Okay.
So you're just mashing it.
You just mash it around and turn it so that all the sides will be evenly cooked.
Okay.
And for me, I like soft ugali.
Mm.
I prefer soft ugali. You can choose to make your ugali in different ways, either soft or very hard, depending on how much flour you use. For me, I like it this way, soft and smooth.
Yeah, I prefer soft ugali.
So nobody likes hard ugali. So for you to avoid hard ugali, ensure you don't use a lot of flour.
I feel like the restaurants like hard ugali. Because usually when we go to at least the small restaurants, the ugali is usually quite hard.
For this ugali is already, I'm just gonna round it into a round ball, put it on a plate, then we're gonna serve lunch.
You know what I was wondering? Why in Kenya they always put it in a circle?
So I'm gonna put it on this plate and round it into a circle.
Okay.
A nice circle.
I thought Kenyans just really like circles. Maybe they just like this.
But even in Tanzania, the ugali is circle. Oh, the country.
Yeah, you're right.
So guys, we're gonna eat until the stomach's burst. So to make it into a circle, you just do this. So guys, the food is ready. And we're gonna eat it the African way. So also when in African homes, the food you serve your husband first.
Yes.
And then all the other men in the house first. And then now you go to if you have a small kid, you serve the last born first. And then you go to the other kids. And
Why? Why is it?
And then the mom you eat last.
Why?
Why? Explain it.
Because people will. Because in Africa, I think they respect men, like they're the head of the house, so the man comes first.
Yeah.
So over here, me and Miss Rachel will eat the last. I'll eat the last one. The mom eats the last.
Okay.
I usually start with the spinach on the side. Looks yummy.
Where are you going, Supergirl? What?
But in case you guys are not full, if you feel like you need more, you'll just add. Because I don't know how much everyone eats. So I'm just gonna serve all the plates first before giving them out,
Mm-hmm.
so that it will make all my work easier. And then also in African homes, a man does not serve food. It's always the wife to bring the food. No matter what time the husband comes home,
Yeah, sure.
even if it's 1 in the morning, you're not allowed to go to the kitchen, make your own food and warm. You wake me up, I warm your food and give it to you.
Sounds good.
Yes. So man, you are never going to the kitchen to do anything. Nothing at all. I'll serve all the plates. I'm gonna come last. And then Keith eats with a spoon. He refused to eat ugali with her. So we're trying to teach him, but it's not working. I'm really trying. The food looks very yummy. Let's read it first. Yes.
You will sit here so that you get sad.
Guys, the next part after the woman of the house has food, now she has to go and wash hands for all the members of the house, starting from the dad. So I'm going to start with Keith. This is how we wash the hands. But for Ugandan women, doing what they need was
Show us how they need.
that's how the Ugandan women do it.
Yeah.
Their husband. But for Kenyan women, we just stand on.
Yeah.
Different.
What do you think, Kay? Like, being washed hands and yet you can wash your hands from the tap.
Keith,
Oh, so sorry. Say it again.
What do you think of being washed your hands and yet you can go and wash your hands from the tap? What do you think of that
this
culture?
culture.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was very strange. Like she was walking around with this. But then I watched someone else put their hand in there and
Yes.
wash. So I just followed what
Yeah.
they did. Yeah. Mhm. But
What's happening, Akisa?
The next part, it's me bringing food for the man of the house. The man has to go first
Yeah.
for his food in the house. So we don't have a dining table. The house is This is the ugali.
Yeah.
It's well covered. Kitusha gets his one share. I don't know how much she wants.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next, the director eats his hands or spoon.
Hands.
Even helped him hand. Alright. Where to go from?
Thank you.
Director's food.
Yum.
Maybe one for Friday, I'm coming to eat with you from my plate. You and I will share the plate. Okay? Let me prepare one plate.
my super girl. So I call her super girl. She's my super. Let's taste this. See what it tastes like.
How is it?
Yummy, zuri. This ugali is
Hot and soft.
This is
hot
really
and soft.
So I usually eat with the baby. What's like the price baby? I think baby girl, she loves ugali. So she's waiting.
She loves it.
Yeah. See? Yay, mom is good food. Right? You see?
Yeah. Yes.
Yay. So guys, as for me, I'm a real African. I can't eat with a spoon.
Yeah.
No. I feel like when I eat with my hands, it's more sweet. I just do this and put the food in my mouth. It hits different than a spoon.
Yeah. And most of African countries eat with hands.
Most of us don't use spoons and forks. And I'm still keeping this culture even if I go to the US, I'll still eat with my hands.
Yeah.
So if I go to the village, that's what I'm going to be eating with them.
You require to eat with your hands.
Ah.
Even people who live in town, they still eat with hands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially ugali, we don't eat with spoons.